Do you struggle with the time you put into your real estate business and the amount of money you make from your real estate business? The struggle is real in our industry, and I feel like at this point, hopefully we're friends. I can talk openly with you about not only my journey in real estate, but just what I see as traditional agents and their success. The time money trap in real estate is that you have to put in an additional hour of time to make a little bit more money. And there isn't an approach that I've seen in the industry where you can actually make more money in less time. And so the money may be good, and you may rationalize that working evenings and working weekends is a good trade-off. Here's the thing, are you really being honest with yourself about what might be suffering in your life as a result of the hours you're putting into your real estate business? And that's the conversation that I want to have. That's the conversation that I challenge every one of our members, anyone that I talk to, not even in real estate, anyone who's in business, I have this conversation with them. You know, what are you doing all day long, you know, to earn the kind of money that you want to make, to live the kind of life that you want to live? And I feel like that's the conversation we need to be having in real estate. There's real struggle in our industry. You know, best case is that you're just exhausted and maybe a little overweight, maybe a little unhealthy physically. Worst case, we've had people in severe depression. We've had suicides in our industry, right? Super downer for a YouTube channel, and it's real. And so I want to just have an open conversation about that and what it looks like and how you can make the shift from maybe it's heavy for you right now. Maybe you don't have time freedom. Maybe the money isn't what you need it to be. How do we make the shift from where you are today into having more freedom of time and more freedom of money, and also bringing your stress levels down? Please stay tuned. I have a challenge that I want to pose to you later in the video. It's my Time Freedom Challenge. And if you love the content, please hit the like button, please subscribe, turn notifications on, and leave comments. It allows me to interact with you, see what you gel with and what you agree with, and where you're challenged, and maybe I can help you in your journey. Let's get real about what traditional success looks like in real estate. This is a hashtag rise and grind industry where if you really dig into the businesses of some of the most successful real estate agents, you'll find it is from the moment they wake up till the moment they go to bed, 6, most likely 7 days a week, where they're on 100% of the time. They're attached to their phone, they're texting, emailing, they're working deals when they should be with their family. How do I know all this? I did it. You know, my first 3.5 years of real estate before I really figured out that what I was doing was not sustainable. And what I mean by sustainable, it wasn't going to lead me to success in the areas of life that mattered most to me. And so if we could just start out with brutal honesty about what traditional success looks like and what traditional methods are being taught in our industry, and that's not a ding to traditional coaching programs. You just have to be clear that if you want to have a business that gives you freedom, you need to begin with the end in mind. I feel like that's the first thing we need to talk about. You know, there's this rush to focus on what's right in front of us and not take time, a little bit of time on a consistent basis to think about where we want our business to be in the future. I call this playing the long game. You know, I'm 47 years old as I'm recording this, and I have a good idea of how long I want to be in business, and I'm playing a long game with respect to building the business in a way where it's constantly adding more value that depends less on me. It's acting more like a business as I build it and less reliant on me as the person that owns it. And so the first thing is just taking a long-term view of your business. So what can I work on this quarter that would lead me to having more of a business that gave me more freedom in the future? That's the first thing I would focus on. Take the long view game in your business. Second, I would focus on, measuring the things that matter to you in your business. So what you measure improves, and what you measure and report, so some accountability, those things can improve exponentially. With new members that come into our world, the first thing we have them do is a time study. It's looking at what they're doing with their time for 14 days in a row. There is nothing fun about this time study. You go through a period of withdrawal. I've done it for years. You have to be willing to get a little bit uncomfortable to have success in your business, but just be honest about where you're spending your time. You know, are you buried in news and social media? Are you watching Netflix every night? You know, are you having any quality time with your family? Are you spending a lot of time on administrative tasks? Or are you spending most of your time on dollar productive tasks in your business? And there's only a few things that actually get you paid as a real estate agent. It's new business development, it's lead follow-up, it's, you know, being on appointments with new buyers and sellers and negotiating contracts. So anything out of those things that you're doing, it's likely administrative work. Are you being really intentional with your time? The second thing is we have folks just start tracking their net worth. You know, if we're gonna talk about time and money freedom, we better make sure we're gonna challenge you to track your time and track your net worth. For most of our clients, it's the first time they've ever put their net worth on paper. We have them do it every month as long as they're part of our program. And I don't even care what it shows. It could show that you don't have net worth. In fact, it's negative, right? It doesn't matter where you are today, it matters where you're moving toward. So you have to start tracking the things in your business that you deem important, and time and money are two of the most important things. One other thing that we look at is personal wellness. And what does that mean for us? It's 8 or 9 areas of your life that are important, and we want to make sure that you develop in all the areas of life that matter to you. Your relationships, your emotional well-being, your spiritual journey. You know, are you spending time taking care of your physical body, taking care of, you know, your role as a husband or a wife or as a father or a mother, right? We don't want to be one-dimensional in our success. We don't want to be that guy that built a business and ended up being, at best, a worse dad. You know, worst case, we got divorced and we can't see our children, right? This happens a lot in real estate. So are you measuring the things that matter most in your business? And are you slowing down just a little bit to take an inventory and be honest with yourself about where you are right now? And that's not to shame you at all, because I've been at low points with my net worth. I've been at low points in terms of where I was spending my time and making bad decisions with my time. I just made a commitment to change how I looked at time and money going forward. So when I think about someone who's, you know, struggled and toiled with this time-money equation that we see often in, you know, real estate agents and those that really want to grow their business, I think of Cody Riddle out of Phoenix, Arizona. You know, she was working 70 to 80 hours a week. She was not happy with her real estate business. She was a top agent doing 300,000 GCI, and we had to break down where she was spending her time, you know, what systems she was lacking in her business, and what she really wanted from her business. She did want to grow. The way she was doing it, she could not grow. So she was working too many hours and not making a lot of money. Fast forward just 4 years, she has 4x'd her business. So she went from 300,000 to 1.2 million in GCI, and she went from super stressed, you know, spending every bit of every dollar she earned, to making a whole lot of money and completely changing her financial picture. She went from 70 plus hours a week to 40 to 50 hours per week. She went from hating real estate to being completely back in love with real estate. And so that's what's possible when you actually look when you look at your business as, you know, time doesn't have to be attached to what you earn, and just a willingness to look at your business differently. There definitely is not an easy button when it comes to building a sustainable, profitable, systems-driven, leveraged real estate business. Here's the thing though, you have to be willing just to look at where you are right now and to be willing to do things differently in the future. You know, if you're at the point in your journey where you need a little bit of help just to identify where you might be spending your time and how that time might not be serving you or leading you to being more financially free, you know, go to thetimefreedomchallenge.com or click on the link below. And as always, if you enjoy these videos, you know, make sure you hit the like button. It helps us with the juju of Google and YouTube and all things good in that world. And make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. And make sure you leave a comment. You know, I want to hear from you. I want to be challenged. I want to engage with you and maybe help you look at your business differently. And if we can just start with some of these things that I've mentioned here, I think it'll really help you along your business journey. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.